Hey guys, what's going on? As normal, is Chris here. Today we are looking at NBA preseason for October 10th. We got 8 games today. Really, really enjoying that. It's the biggest slate for the preseason so far. So almost every team is out there playing. So definitely like this one. Obviously, with the more games there are, the more news that is going to come out and change this slate dramatically. Like I said, it is preseason, so as we know, some teams do sit their entire team, and it definitely changes some stuff up, like Milwaukee did yesterday, set their entire offense. So, had to make adjustments. So, like I said, I am doing this early in the morning. So, if any news comes out that is different than what I talk about, obviously, you have to take that in consideration and use that knowledge, use that to your own knowledge. So, like I said. Big, nice slate we're looking at today. Once again, we did win again last night. We're just kicking butt right now. 219.8 right there. As you see, one of our subs double up the money right there. Another one there, and then another one. Well, that was mine. I just put in a $7 one. I didn't really play last night, so I don't play on the 2-game slate. So I decided just to put in a $7 entry. So anyway, like I said, it was another one for us. Let me see here. Last night, Monday, we cashed in a couple 50-50s and stuff, but it wasn't the best night. So I consider it kind of a loss. I mean, we did win a little bit, but overall, didn't really win. So our streak of 12 came to an end. I guess you give it 12 and a half because it did cash a little bit. And then, like I said, we won last night, which makes it, technically like 14, but we're going to say 13 out of 14 here. So like I said, still very good preseason. Love to have you guys join us for the last 3 slates. Only $10 for the last 3 slates. Lowered it. So we'd love to have you guys join us. Also, would love to have you guys join us for NBA regular season. As you guys are seeing all this success in preseason, it's definitely going to transfer over to regular season. And we would love to have you guys join us. So to get in on that, as normal, check out our website or message us as well. For the $10 for the last 3 slates, to get in on that, message us on Twitter because we didn't change it on our website yet. It still says $15. So if you want in on the $10 for the 3 slates, you have to message us on Twitter. If you sign up through the website, you will pay $15. So like I said, for the $10, message us on Twitter. That will be in the comment section. Click on it and get you all set up for the last 3 slates. So we got a big one today. Really looking forward to it. We got go through it real quick. Washington at Detroit, Memphis at Orlando, Brooklyn at Toronto, San Antonio at Atlanta, New Orleans at Miami, Indiana at Chicago, Phoenix at Portland, and Golden State at Lakers. So, like I said, definitely looking forward to this. Sorry about that, guys. My alarm went off. I do apologize for that. Anyway, like I said, we got a big 8-game slate. The only thing I'm looking at here is there may be 1 or 2 teams that do rest their players just because October 12th, that's like the big slate, and that's the last game of the season here. So as you see here, the 12th, that's the big one, and a lot of these teams playing today are going to be playing on the 12th. So either they rest some of their guys on today's slate, and then they play regular minutes on the 12th, and they get ready for the 17th, or some of them play today, and then some of them sit on the 12th. We'll just have to see. But I do expect a couple teams to sit some of their starters, so definitely keep that in mind because I do think they're going to want to play most of them on the 12th. So, like I said, keep in mind on that. But for now, New Orleans, they have already announced early in the morning that they are going to rest most of their starters. So that's the only team that has announced that. So, let's get into it. Washington and Detroit. Last couple games, Washington starters been playing around 25, 27 minutes. So I don't mind John Wall and Bradley Beal here if you want to go that way. It's not the most competitive game, though, and the total probably not too high. It should get off to a half-decent start if Drummond and Griffin are out there. I honestly do expect Griffin to sit in this one. That's just me. He's played almost every single preseason game, and I feel like they're going to rest him. I don't think they need to play him here. But if Drummond plays, I mean, you can look at him. That's up to you. I mean, he's still going to probably get you, at least 30 fantasy points. But going back to Washington, I don't mind Wall or Beal. I do like Curry over Wall. Curry will probably play less minutes, but Golden State and LA, that's going to be up pace, fast game. LeBron's going to probably play. I think Curry's going to want to show it up. I love Curry. I think that's just going to be a good momentum game there. In Washington, Detroit's slow, and honestly, they suck. And I don't think really Wall's going to have to play crazy. I don't think he's going to have to play his heart out here. So I'd rather go Curry. I think he has a little bit more to play for. Yes, I know it's preseason, but it means a little bit more because LeBron is there. It's going to be LA. It's going to be rocking there. So I think personally, I'd rather have Curry over Wall. I still don't mind Bradley Beal. If you want to play him, that's up to you. But Kelly Oubre is always an interesting option. If for some reason Markieff Morris is out again, he was announced out last minute there on Monday. If he is out again, definitely give Jeff Green a look. He will probably be in the starting lineup again. I think last game he had like 16.7 rebounds or something like that. I love Green. I really do. Only if Markieff Morris is out. If he's not, then I don't like him. If Green's in the starting lineup, I love Jeff Green. Kind of one of my GPP picks of the slate. So keep an eye on Markieff Morris news. I don't mind Griffin, but I don't think they're going to play in big minutes. And then, like I told you with Drummond, if he sits, maybe you can look at Zaza. But if Drummond sits, this game is just trash. It's going to be just terrible. So honestly, I don't care for this game. Jeff Green, I think that's the guy you can look at only if Markieff Morris is out. But I just don't care for this game. All right, moving on. Memphis and Orlando. As we know, in the past, Memphis was one of the best defensive teams. Now they kind of suck. They still got Marc Gasol, but honestly, their defense is just not too crazy. And I really don't mind picking Vucevic here against Gasol. If Orlando plays their guys 30 minutes, like I think they will, I'm going to put them in there. I put them in there against Hassan Whiteside. And that wasn't too bad there. So I know Marc Gasol is a pretty good defender and all, but I love Vuk. If he's going to get you 30 minutes, he does pretty good against these big boys, these big centers. So I do like Vuk here, $7,700. Like I said, if he plays 30 minutes or so, we saw what he did last game. Had 35 or 40 fantasy points in 30 minutes against Whiteside. I know Whiteside's not as good as defenders Gasol, but still, he's still not bad. But I like Vucevic, I really do. Gordon, yeah, I like him as well. He saw 35 or 36 fantasy points, and he should play 30, 35 minutes as well. So both those guys are in play for me. Let me see here, if Isaac's out again, maybe you can look at Fournier, but I'm just not too into it. You can always look at DJ Augustine. He had 24, 25 fantasy points last time out. So maybe you can look at him. But the two I'm really looking at here is Gordon and Mr. Vucevic. Those are probably the two I'm going to look at. All right, moving on. We got Brooklyn and Toronto. Last time I told you guys I didn't like Brooklyn because they're only going to play their starters like 17, 18 minutes. And what happened? Most of their starters played 30-plus minutes. So, karma. Anyway, I don't know what they're going to do with their minutes here today. Like I said, Russell, LeVert, those guys played monster minutes. And LeVert almost had a triple-double, which is crazy. So I don't mind LeVert again if he gets you 30 minutes. A little harder team here in Toronto. Crabbe is still out. I really like LeVert if RHJ is out again, Rondae Hollis. If he doesn't play, I think that really helps out LeVert in his minutes. So keep an eye on that. Toronto side, like I said, another thing is what's their minutes going to be. You can look at Kawhi. I think his ownership will be really, really low because of Kevin Durant and LeBron James. But if you get you 25, 30 minutes, I think you can look at it in a GPP. I don't know if he's going to put up enough fantasy points to match KD and LeBron. But, he has a really easy team here in Brooklyn. So definitely keep that in mind, GPPs. You can always look at Siakam here if you want to go that way. Jonas Valanciunas, he's not bad. He only plays like 19, 20 minutes. But as we know, he easily gets a fantasy point per minute, over a fantasy point per minute. He can still get you 28 to 30 fantasy points in only 19 to 20 minutes. No one's going to have him. And, Brooklyn, they just blow. So he could easily get you 30, 35 points at very low ownership. But like I said, he's only going to play 19 to 20 minutes. So you better hope that he gets his fantasy points in there. And like I said, he'll be very low owned as well. All right, moving on. New Orleans, Miami. So like I said, they already announced out most of their starters. So we got Peyton. We have Drew Holiday and AD are going to be out in this one. Dragic is kind of game time decision. Excuse me. So you have to keep an eye on that. If he doesn't play and Waiters and Ellington are out again, Tyler Johnson, Rodney Magruder, definitely look at those two. Dwayne Wade, he's not going to play a lot of minutes, but he can get you about 20 to 23. I don't know if that's really needed. You can always maybe look at Winslow if you want to go that way. Power forward. Depending on Randall, this is going to be an interesting one here. I don't know how many minutes they're really going to play him. He has kind of a back issue. He said he's listed probable. But the thing is how many minutes are they going to play? It is a preseason game. I don't know how much they're going to push him. If we get word he's going to play 30 minutes, you have to put him in there. But if we have word that they're just going to ease him in there, play 18, 19 minutes, he's not playable. But like I said, if he plays 30 minutes or so, he gets regular workload. I love him. No AD, no Drew Holiday. That's at least 40-45% usage up in the air there. So Randall and Nikola Mirotic, those are my two top power forwards. Kind of in the slate, probably about top 5 total. There's a lot of really good power forwards out there, but I love Randall and Nikola Mirotic. I do think Mirotic might be a little bit more popular than Randall just because of what he did last game, 19 points, 12 rebounds. But both of them, I don't mind them. Like I said, hopefully Randall plays his full 30 minutes. And you can always look at Check Diallo as well. He's been underperforming this year so far in the preseason, but he's definitely one of those guys that can definitely get you 20 to 25 fantasy points for sure. All right, moving on to center position. Always look at Hassan Whiteside. I like him. Bam is back, but I like Hassan Whiteside. There's no Anthony Davis out there. So Randall and Nikola Mirotic, I don't think they're really going to be able to defend him. So Hassan should definitely go to town. None of those other guys for New Orleans can really rebound. So Whiteside should easily get you 15 and 15 or so. And at really low ownership too. So I really like Whiteside, one of my top 3 centers on the night, since he should get you 28 to 30 minutes. So this is an intriguing one. I really don't mind this game here. Moving on, San Antonio and Atlanta. Anyway, DeJounte Murray, he is out for a long time here. So we'll have to see what Popovich does. I don't know what he's going to do in the preseason with Patty Mills and Derek White. We'll have to see. Like I said, if one or the other gets announced, they're going to play 25 minutes or so. I really don't mind them. Atlanta, they suck. I think White or Mills could have a half-decent game, depending on how many minutes they play. Like I said, anywhere from 25 and up, I'll put one of those dudes in there for sure. They were really relying on Murray, and now he's gone. Mills or White's got to step up here. So, yeah, I really like them. I don't think their ownership will be anywhere, honestly, nowhere. And I think they can easily get you 23, 25 points or so. Depends on who starts. I'd probably favor Mills a little bit more than White, but we'll have to see. Shooting guard, DeRozan, I think he's in play. Low ownership. I don't think anyone's really going to have him. But, yeah, I really don't mind him either. Small forward, don't really care for it too much. Power forward, you can look at Aldridge, but I don't think he's going to play much. John Collins looks like he's going to be out again. So this Omar Spellman, he started last game and looked pretty good. So you can definitely look at him. I don't think many people are going to have him against San Antonio, but I think he gets you 24 to 27 fantasy points at very, very low usage. If for some reason Aldridge or Gasol are announced out, maybe they are. Who knows? We know how Popovich is. I don't mind this Me Too guy. He shoots a lot. He's just not that accurate. But if one of them are out, I don't mind putting him in there in a deep GPP only. But if those two are planned, I wouldn't consider him. But I did consider putting him in there a couple days ago, and he did half decent. So one of those guys that no one knows who the heck he is, but if you go look at his stats, he's okay. Alex Lynn, I don't mind him. The only thing about him is he's only playing about 17 minutes here this preseason. He has ginormous foul trouble, but he's, one of those guys that gets a fantasy point and a half per minute. He's just a monster a point per minute guy, but I just can't really touch him here. I don't think he's going to play much, which kind of sucks. If he played 25, 30 minutes, that dude could easily get you 35 or 40, but don't think it's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm looking at Spellman here. if Collins is out once again, which I do think he is. You can always look at DeRozan, depending on the minutes, and then maybe, like I said, Mills or White, depending on their minutes. If they're going to split 17, 18 minutes, I'm probably not going to go there. But if they're going to, one of them, plays 25 minutes or so, then I'll definitely consider putting one of them in there. All right, moving on. Indiana, Chicago. This game will probably draw a little bit of ownership. Should be at least a 220 total here. Levine, he shot a boatload last game, 15 shots, connected on 9 of them. So I don't mind Dunn or Levine. I picked Darren Collison the other day just because Joseph was out. I think you can maybe put in Darren Collison again in a GPP only. I don't think anyone's going to have him. He had 25 points, I think, last time out. So you can always look at him. Some people like Holiday. That's kind of up to you. I love Victor Oladipo. If they don't sit him, they might sit him. I don't think he's rested yet. Maybe he has rested. Sorry. I like Oladipo. He should play. And Tony Blakely, I really like him. I think he's in a half-decent spot. If you really want a punt shooting guard, which maybe you can put him and a Rodney McGruder in there. They might get you about 19 to 22 fantasy points each. So that's up to you. Then you can load up everywhere else in a GPP, obviously only. I love some Jabari Parker. Don't mind him. Obviously, if Thaddeus Young doesn't play, Sabonis is in play. But one of my favorites is Bobby Portis. Man, this guy gets you 28 to 30 fantasy points at 4,900. He's just the usage machine, and Indiana's second unit, they suck, and they're not going to be able to guard Portis. So I love him to get you at least 25 to 30. I love him. Like I said, Sabonis, he'll be very chalky. That's why I like Whiteside quite a bit, just because Sabonis will have at least 30, 40% usage here. Ownership in this one, just because he's been so dynamite. So I really don't mind Sabonis, but everyone and their mother is going to have him. So moving on, we got Phoenix and Portland. Should be a half-decent game, probably about a 218, 219 total, maybe a little lower. This is kind of an interesting game here. We got Phoenix, a fast-paced team, against a Portland team that's used to be fast-paced, and now they're a little bit slower, and a half-decent defense here. So anyway, if you want to go Lillard, you can. Like I said, I do prefer Curry, but if you want to go a little different, maybe you can go that way. That's up to you guys. I just worried about their minutes. They haven't really played any big minutes so far. I don't mind some CJ McCollum here. Maybe Baldwin or Peyton might get you some minutes, but I don't think they're really playable. Small forward, we have Warren and Jackson. A lot of people like Jackson so far. I mean, $5,900. He's playing huge minutes, at least 30, 35, sometimes almost 40 minutes. But the thing here is Portland's one of the better defensive teams. Al-Freaking Aminu is just a freak defensive player. And if Aminu's on Jackson, that's just going to hurt him. Plus, last 2 or 3 games, his shooting percentages has been terrible. He's been trash. So I don't know if you can really put him in there. Obviously, it looks nice because he plays almost the entire game, but a really hard defense for him. Moving on, we got DeAndre Ayton. I don't mind him. Is he one of my favorites? No. I still like him, though, so don't get me wrong. But slower pace game against Portland here. They might put Aminu on him. I don't think they would. He's, like 4 inches right there. Jurasov Nurkic, he's a pretty good defender. He does get in foul trouble, so maybe if Ayton gets him in foul trouble, that helps. But, obviously you can still consider him. He still plays 30 minutes. He'll probably get you at least 30 fantasy points here. So if you do want to go GPP and fade him, I don't mind it at all. This could be kind of a down-ish game for him. He might finish with 28, 29 fantasy points against Portland here. Who knows? Maybe he goes off for 35. And then we got Jurasov Nurkic. This dude went off last game, 45 or 46 fantasy points against Rudy Gobert, which is crazy. I don't mind Jurasov Nurkic. The thing is, he's kind of like Valanciunas, doesn't play big minutes, plays around 24, 25 minutes. And the bad thing about him is he gets into foul trouble very, very quickly, kind of like Alex Len. So if you can afford, get him out of the foul trouble, I think he's in a good spot. But like I just mentioned, Ayton, as we know, he's a beast. So he might get Nurkic in a little bit of foul trouble there in that first quarter, which may hurt Nurkic's minutes. He might only finish with 19 or 20. But if you think his foul trouble is not an issue, I really don't mind some Jursock Nurkic in this one. All right, moving on. Last game, Golden State and the Lakers here. This should be a good one. Lonzo is going to play. I don't think he's going to play a lot of minutes. Obviously, don't mind some Curry. I really don't mind Rondo coming off the bench there with that second team. I think that's going to help him, honestly, a little bit. I still think Rondo's in a half decent play. Like I said, I love some Curry. Klay Thompson should be fresh. Didn't play last game, and I think he can easily eat up these Lakers for sure. Hart don't look like he's going to play, so Lance Stevenson might be in a half decent spot. LeBron, he's probably going to play here, and we had reports that he might play extended minutes. He's only been playing about 15, 16 minutes, but he might play 25, maybe 30 in this one. I think it's one of their last preseason. Is it their last? Let me go look real quick. I think it's their last preseason game. Let me go look here real quick. No, they play again here. So yeah, he might get some extended minutes, maybe 25 minutes, and then they get a rest day, and then they play Golden State again. So yeah, I really don't mind him. Like I said, I'd probably go Durant, but if we get word LeBron's going to play 30 minutes, shoot, I might have to put him in there just because he's going to be in LA playing Golden State. Going to be probably on. I think it's on ESPN. So this is going to be a good one. I think I don't know, man. If you can afford LeBron, I'll take LeBron. But if you can't afford LeBron, definitely take some KD. And then I don't mind a little bit Ingram. The only thing here is he's probably going to have – who's he going to have on him? Clay? I don't know who's going to have him. I think KD's going to be on Durant. And then you got Curry on Ball. And then you got Pope. Who knows? I'm pretty sure he's going to have Clay on him. I don't think one of these other guys, Dickerson, I don't think he's going to put him on them. So I don't mind Ingram, though. I think he's one of those guys that can easily get you a couple assists and some rebounds and obviously shoot. So, I don't mind him. I don't mind Kyle Kuzma. He will probably be coming off the bench here. So second team with Rondo, moving the ball around there a little bit. I think that's going to help out Kuzma and, help him get some shots open there for him. Really don't mind some Kuzma. Don't really care there. You can always look at Damian Jones, but doesn't really play any big minutes. Had a good game last time, but I don't know. And then maybe, who knows, maybe the revenge of JaVale McGee. He might go out there and score 25 or 30 points against Golden State. Who knows? So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Like I said, obviously a little bit longer video than normal just because there's a lot of games. So, like I said, some of these are going to change just because we don't know the minute. We don't know who's going to be, out because of rest and stuff like that. Like I said, they do play on Friday, most of these guys, so some of them may rest today. So definitely keep that in mind. This should be a good slate. I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of really good GPP plays. I think I can easily stack, Curry and Durant in there, and maybe even go get who else was I looking at? Maybe Randall, or maybe go get some McCollum, stuff like that, or Oladipo. Just one of those slates that I think I can stack and make a really good lineup. So we'll love to have you guys join us for that lineup. Like I said, 3 slates you get for only $10. Very, very, very profitable right there. Love to have you guys join us. Like I said, another W for us last night. So like I said, we've been killing the preseason. So like I said earlier, if you want to get in on the $10, you have to message us on Twitter because we haven't changed it yet on our website. And there's only 3 slates left. So we're probably just going to delete it and let you guys just pay the $10 through Twitter. So like I said, don't pay on the website for preseason. Please message us on Twitter, which will be in the comment section to get signed up for the $10 for the 3 slates. So that is it. Hopefully this information helped you guys out quite a bit. And if it did, leave a like. We do appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you guys probably for Friday's big finale for the preseason. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys win some money tonight, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.